This is CPT book notes for the medicine chapter. So pause me, turn to your CPT books, open up to the medicine chapter, and then we'll get going. If you look here, it starts out with immune globulin serum, recombinant products. I have notes here underneath the Immunization Administration for vaccines and toxoids. That second full paragraph there, I kind of have underlined and starred where it says report codes 90460, 90461, only when the physician or qualified professional provides face-to-face counseling of the patient or family during administration of that vaccine, which I want to say hardly ever happens. For immunization administration of any vaccine that is not accompanied by that face-to-face physician or professional counseling the patient and or family at that time, it tells us exactly what other codes to use, 90471 to 90474. So really, as you can see, if you look at parenthetical notes and you look at all the information here at the beginning of these subsections, everything in this book is here for you. You just have to take the time, okay, to find it. Anytime you're testing, things like that, it's all here for you. We learn about it in the textbook, but really we could just use the CPT book as a text and just go through and nitpick all of these notes down. If you turn the page, I want you to make some notes next to these codes. Do you see the very first code, 90460? 90460. It says Immunization Administration through 18 years of age via any route of administration, that's important, with counseling by physician or other qualified healthcare professional, first or only component of each vaccine or toxoid administered. The with counseling is important here. And again, I have those words underlined, with counseling. And then I also have written underneath the 90460, first poke. It's that first administration. And then you see the plus sign, okay, the add-on code 90461 underneath that. And that is each additional vaccine, okay? And I have written underneath that, I have the words next poke and then each. Okay. Now again, that's with counseling, which almost never happens. I worked for 11 years in the outpatient arena, and in our clinic, I want to say the one time I remember coding the with counseling. Doctors don't really counsel you, and it can't be that they print off the CDC page on your immunization and give it to you to take home and read. That's not with counseling. It's they actually are physically sitting there and talking to you about it. And that's when something like maybe a new vaccine comes about. I remember when HPV was new. First it was for girls, and it was for girls and boys. A lot of that was brand new, a little edgy, and we had counseling with that a lot. Our providers would take the time to explain, give the benefits and things like that, and that was with counseling, okay? So it really needs to be noted if you're going to bill out with counseling. 90471 is the next code there, and it says Immunization Administration, again, one vaccine, so that's first poke, I wrote next to 90471, and then right underneath that 90472, I wrote next poke, and then each. So these are going to be your more common, 90471 and 90472. That doesn't have any counseling in it. That's just giving the immunization. Okay, so make sure you note the difference between those. 473 and 90474. As you can see, what I have circled here is intranasal or oral, kind of like the flu mist. I think polio used to be oral for a while. They kind of have gone back and forth on polio, I think, through the years. So note that. Vaccines and toxoids, these are really good. There's a lot of writing here in paragraphs that you could really take the time to read through. I do have starred and underlined kind of at the top of the next column, the paragraph that says codes 90476 to 90749. Identify your vaccine product only. It's the substance. Okay, to report the administration, then it tells you, of these codes, it tells you which codes to go to. We always have to have 2 codes, okay? One for the substance and one for the poke. Okay, always 2 that go along with these. So these paragraphs are really, really good for you to read. That very next paragraph I have kind of starred as well. If a significantly separately identifiable evaluation and management or E&M service is performed, the appropriate E&M code should be reported in addition to vaccines and toxoids and their administration codes, which happens a lot. We have a well baby check, right? Which is preventative medicine, E&M, so you know what section to get to there, right? And then they're by age, whether they're new or established. And then we have shots for that 6-month-old baby or whatever it may be, right? So we do the E&M visit, and then we have a separate, significantly, identifiable procedure done, these administrations and these vaccinations. We would put a modifier 25 on that code for the preventative medicine, the E&M visit, and then we would start listing out the vaccinations, and we would put the substance first, and then the administration, and then the next substance, and then the next administration. It's always by poke, okay? There are codes. There's one more paragraph I guess I should note here, down a little farther close to the end. It says separate codes are available for combination vaccines. It is inappropriate to code each component of a combination vaccine separately. It's inappropriate. If they all were together in one vial, one substance, one poke, you're going to have one combination code for the substance that was in the vial, and then you'll have one administration code for the poke of putting that in. Okay, so make sure you get that straight. I do have a term listed here at the bottom, and I think it's kind of gone through some of these words, but I want you to write this down at the bottom of the page, and I'll spell it. The word is adjuvant, A-D-J-U-V-A-N-T, adjuvant. A-D-J-U-V-A-N-T. And I have the description. I have adjuvant equals. And I wrote added to modify effects. Added to modify effects of other agents. Something that's adjuvant is something that's added to modify effects of the other agents. And sometimes, and I have written in the word booster. Okay, adjuvant therapy sometimes is talked about. I wanted to make sure we kind of wrote that term down because sometimes it happens kind of in this area where we see it. If you turn to code 90656, you can see, and I'm just pointing out some terms here, that 90656 says preservative free. Okay, so we really need to know what kind of injections we're giving here and what kind of substances we're ordering and providing for our people. 90657 is probably the most common. Kids, you see it says influenza virus vaccine, trivalent split virus, the 0.25 mil dose for IM use, and I wrote the word kids, and I also underlined the dosing, 0.25 mil dosage. Okay, that's the most common one for kids, and the 90658 is your most common flu shot for adults. And you notice there, and I did write most common in by those codes, and I did underline the 0.5 mil dosage for IM use, and then I wrote the word adult, and that's next to the 90658. Okay. 90660, we have intranasal. I have that underlined. 90652 is also intranasal. You see the difference between the two? We have trivalent, we have quadrivalent. We need to know what we're giving. You have to have really good communication with your nursing staff here and those ordering those immunizations, so we know exactly which ones to give. There's not one code for the flu shot. As you can see, there's quite a few listed here. Okay. Over on the next page, 90658 is a more common code, and look at all those that are together. Diphtheria, tetanus toxoid, acellular pertussis, the HIB, the Haemophilus influenza type B, inactivated polio virus as well for IM use. All of those are in one vial. There's one code for them. We use that code, 90698. And then we would use the 90471 for the administration. Okay. 90700, again, that's another common one, DTaP. And you do see age here, younger than 7 years. Okay, so you have to be careful with your ages. MMRV is 90710 at the bottom. 90714, tetanus diphtheria to individuals 7 years or older. That's another very common one, and I kind of have the ages underlined there. And the very next one as well, 90715, 7 years and older. 90732, next to that one, you could write most common. This is the most common pneumonia or pneumovax. Okay, code 90732. The pneumonia shot. Once we get through that, I'm pretty sure we skip. Now, not that we're skipping and never going to come back to it, but we come back to all this in advanced CPT. But I want you to move all the way down, and I should have put a page number on this because you can hear me flipping, so you can do the same. The only other thing we hit in this chapter in intro class is CMTs and OMTs, and they are at the back here. We see physical therapy, a lot of those codes are listed. Athletic training type codes are listed. Acupuncture, and then OMTs and CMTs. And we're looking at page 732 in your 2019 CPT book, or the codes that start with 989. 98925. OMTs are listed first. So OMTs are osteopathic manipulative treatments. I want you to be careful and really star or underline or highlight the last paragraph before your codes start here. And it says body regions referred to are. Okay? Make sure you pay attention to those and then look at the codes. And then under CMTs, chiropractic manipulative treatments, again, the last paragraph before the codes start. And under CMT, it says, for purposes of CMT, the 5 spinal regions are, and then they list them out. Okay? So make sure that you note those paragraphs so you can see the areas, okay, the body regions and the areas, so you know which codes to pick and you can pick wisely. Okay? That's the end of our notes. Make sure you listen to the recorded lecture as well.